So the current state of the youth in Swaziland, the young population, there's about 39% of the population, which is between the ages of 15 and 34. Then about 79% of that population is under 35. And this is all according to the Swaziland State of the Youth Project. In 2013, it was reported that about 47% of the crimes committed in Swaziland were committed by the young people in Swaziland. But according as well to the Royal Swazi Police, those crimes have been reduced. But a majority of these crimes are committed by the young people in Swaziland. And therefore, they start committing crimes because they don't have a stable environment. They live in an environment that's unsafe, or around them it's just constant. People are constantly committing crimes, or that's their way of survival. Another lead crime, or another lead factor of crime, tends to be as well health, whether it's mental health or physical health. Whether someone is suffering with TB, HIV, HIV/AIDS, there tends to be a lot of stress factors that young people tend to have, which tends to lead them to commit these crimes. Children who have committed crimes do have a right to education, and this is because every child, we believe, has a right to education in the country, whether or not they don't have enough funds, or they come from the rural areas, or they don't have enough support. We believe in order for someone to succeed in life, they have to go through education in order to support themselves and get the knowledge they need to know how to sustain themselves in the future. So when you take away education, you kind of leave them with a lot of stress factors that can lead them to abuse, crime, lack of health, and even ending up in jail. So usually, depending on how someone finds out about us, a lot of times they come here, and a lot of times we go through an initial interview assessment. So we have a few documents that we go over, and we just kind of go over like what's going on, where's your homestead, relatives, what are your stressors at the moment, education. So we go all over the general facts, and we go over what is their current needs. And once we're able to identify what the need is or what the struggle is, then we're able to identify how we're going to help this client. So as mentioned, Phumelela has 3 tracks: crime and gang activity, substance abuse, and gender-based violence. So ideally, our clients would fit in one of those tracks of care. So each track of care has different type of work or different type of care that we can provide. So for example, someone has issues with substance abuse. We go in counseling, office counseling, go over techniques, why you're using, how could you use less, and just depending on how the individual is, how much substances they're using, what exactly they're using. So then we have a timeline of how long we would want treatment to be. And every case is very different, so we can't really decide right away, this case is going to take 2 weeks, or this case is going to take a year. It really depends on the individual. So usually we just are with them during that track of care, and then usually by the time the 3rd phase, where they're finally overcoming the substance abuse, that's when we slowly start working less and less with the client.